Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been 8 months since the OnePlus 12 dropped, and after putting it through the paces day in and day out, I'm here to give you the full breakdown of how this phone is held up. Did OnePlus finally crack the code to make a lasting flagship, or is it just another forgettable device? Let's jump into my long-term review of the OnePlus 12. First up, the design. Even after months of use, the OnePlus 12's sleek look hasn't lost its charm. The circular camera hump, which I initially loved, still stands out, and the textured back has been a lifesaver when it comes to avoiding smudges. Honestly, it's held up better than most phones I've reviewed in this price range. And after 8 months, the metal trim around the sides hasn't picked up any major dings or scratches, which is a good sign of durability. It's still one of the easier phones to use one-handed, especially compared to bulky models like the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, I've gotten used to the extra weight of the phone over time, but I'll admit it still feels a bit top-heavy. You really don't want to drop this thing. The IR blaster at the top is still a neat touch, honestly. I use it way more than I thought I would to control everything from my TV to my air conditioner. After all this time, the 6.82-inch 2K ProXDR display still wows. The colors are sharp and the brightness is ridiculous. OnePlus claimed 4,500 nits of peak brightness, and while I'd never clocked it at that, even in harsh sunlight the screen is still perfectly visible. It's easily one of the brightest displays I've used in the past year, and the 120Hz refresh rate keeps everything buttery smooth from scrolling to gaming. One feature I didn't appreciate enough at first but have come to love is Aqua Touch. You don't realize how useful a water-resistant screen is until you've answered texts in the shower or used it in the rain. It's those little things that make a difference in everyday use. Now, let's talk cameras. OnePlus has always lagged behind when it comes to camera performance, but 8 months in, I can confidently say the Hasselblad camera for mobile system is still performing well. The 50-megapixel main sensor is sharp, the 48MP ultra-wide still captures a lot of detail, and the 64-megapixel periscope camera with 3x zoom is fantastic for long-range shots. However, here's the kicker: in really low light, it's still not quite as good as the Pixel 8 or Galaxy S24. It's improved a lot, but the competition is fierce. Still, for everyday shots and even most nighttime photography, this camera holds up extremely well, and I think it's easily OnePlus' best camera system yet. Now, after 8 months, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is still a beast. This phone flies through everything. Whether it's gaming, multitasking, or just everyday use, I haven't experienced any slowdowns. Diablo Immortal runs just as smoothly today as it did on day one, and those heavy-duty apps I use regularly? No sweat. The 120Hz display makes everything look fluid, and it still feels like a flagship performance, even compared to newer devices hitting the market. Battery life is also a standout. The 5400 mAh battery has remained solid. I easily get through a full day with no issues, and after 8 months of heavy use, the battery still performs like new. Wireless charging at 50W is still one of the fastest around, and it's a huge perk when I'm in a rush. Speaking of the battery, OnePlus nailed it. Even 8 months in, the battery endurance on this phone is still phenomenal. On most days, I'm left with about 25 to 30% charge at the end of the day, and I've noticed no major degradation in battery health. Plus, with 50W wireless charging and 100W wired charging, it's always ready to go in no time. The wireless charging has genuinely been a lifesaver for me, and it charges faster than some phones plugged in. As for Oxygenos 14, it's still snappy and clean, but I wish OnePlus had pushed more on the AI features like its competitors. Yes, there's Magic Compose and Emojify, which can be fun, but they don't really change my day-to-day experience. In comparison to the AI features we've seen from Google and Samsung, OnePlus still has some catching up to do. What I do appreciate is that Oxygenos is clutter-free. There's no bloatware, no unnecessary features weighing it down, just a smooth, fast experience. It stayed reliable over the months, which is what I expect from a flagship. So 8 months later, where does the OnePlus 12 stand? Honestly, it's held up incredibly well. The design is still stunning, the performance is top tier, and the cameras, while not perfect, are finally competing with the best. It's a solid all-around package, and at the price point, it's still one of the best value flagships you can get. If you're looking for a flagship phone that won't break the bank and will keep delivering month after month, the OnePlus 12 is still a serious contender. It may not have all the AI bells and whistles of the competition, but in terms of raw performance, design and battery life, it's hard to beat. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more in-depth reviews and tech breakdowns. Let me know in the comments if you've been using the OnePlus 12 and what your experience has been like. I'd love to hear from you.